Hi everyone, Jody with the Ring Lord here. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 2 of our Beginner Weave series. This is Byzanclean. Byzanclean is a weave by Red Panda. It's a combination of Byzantine and helm. As you can see, it can be made in lots of different ring sizes and gauges. You can make it in square rings. I will have a list of ring sizes, and there is a graphic included in this video of a ring size guide that will include all the ring sizes and the rings per 2 inches for this weave. So let's get started. I'm going to be using 16 gauge SWG 1.6 millimeter wire, 5/16 of an inch internal diameter in our saw cut copper rings. And I've gone ahead and opened all my copper rings. We're going to use 16 gauge SWG 1.6 millimeter wire in 1/4 inch ID. And this is our bright aluminum. I have closed half and opened half. Lastly, we will be using 18 gauge SWG, that's 1.2 millimeter wire in 7/32 of an inch internal diameter. And this is our matte sky blue anodized aluminum. So let's get started. Now, whether you open and close rings prior to weaving is completely up to you. I just do it because it's easier for me and it makes it faster for me to weave. So you're going to take one open, I'm going to call these large, medium, and small rings. I'm going to take one open medium ring, and I'm going to grab 2 closed medium rings and put them on the open ring and close. We're going to double the open ring. So you will have a 2-unit 2 and 2 chain. Grab an open small ring and go through either end, both of the rings of the 2 and 2 chain you just made, and close. And you're going to double that. Remember, this is Byzantine where everything is symmetrical and doubled. Okay, so you should currently have 2 and 2 of the medium rings and 2 of the small rings. Grab one of your large rings, holding your 2 and 2 chain like this. You're going to go, this ring is an orbital, so it is going between the 2 medium rings and around the 2 small rings. See, it kind of goes behind those 2 small rings. Okay, and close. And you can tell by these ring sizes that this is helm. 5/16 and 16 gauge works with 18 gauge 7/32 for helm. So you've just made the half of the helm unit. We're going to grab an open medium ring and do the same thing we did at the beginning by grabbing 2 closed rings. This time we're not going to close before we go through those 2 small rings at the center of the helm unit and close. So it should look like this now. Now we're going to flip this over because you need to access the other side of those small rings. Grab an open medium ring. You're going to go through the small rings and sweep around and go through those 2 end closed rings and close. So it should be symmetrical now. 2 of the medium rings on each side, and then your helm unit is the 16 gauge 5/16 ring and the 18 gauge 7/32 rings. To complete this unit, we need to do a Byzantine. So we're going to take these end units and flip them open. Take a large ring and simply go through just like you would for Byzantine. So you can see where I went through and close. And just like with Byzantine, we need to double that ring. So I'm going to grab another open large ring. Now be careful here. This ring that you just put in needs to be flat, or your rings will get locked when you put the second ring in. So try to keep this ring as flat as possible and put this ring in right next to it and close. Okay, so you have that right now, and what we did to one side we need to do to the other. So I'm going to flip it around, grab an open large ring, flip my end rings open like I'm doing a Byzantine unit, put this guy through, close, and now we're going to double that ring. Again, make sure it's flat, and then wiggle this ring through and close. That is your first Byzantine unit. To add a second unit, you just do the same thing. So I'm taking an open medium ring. I am adding 2 closed medium rings. I'm going through those end rings. Okay, I need to double that ring. Okay, now here's what's different. Now we need to add our middle helm rings. So we're going to flip those 2 end rings back, open them up, grab a small ring, okay, and you're just going through them. So you're in between the rings. So there's 1 and 2. Okay, see, these are the same. Now we need to add this orbiting ring, just like we would in a helm weave. Same deal as before. I'm gonna, except you have these rings here now. So I'm opening these up and I'm going between these 2 flat rings and around the small rings I just added. Make sure you don't go through them. It only goes around. You may just have to finagle it a little bit. Okay, and then close. And there you go. You've got half a helm unit now. To finish that, I'm going to take 1 medium open ring, put 2 medium closed rings, and I'm going through the front of those small rings I just added. So it should look like that. Now remember what we did last time. We had to flip it over because we need to access the back of that small ring. I'm going to grab an open medium ring, go through those 2 small rings, sweep around, and grab those 2 closed rings I just added. And close. So we've just added these, or just finished adding these 2 rings at the end where we're going to make our Byzantine unit. So I fold them back, grab an open large ring, and I'm going to put it in these 2 rings that make a peak and close. And then I'm going to double that ring. Remember, keep this flat so you don't get your rings locked. If you get your rings locked, just take the last ring you put in out and try again. It's not a big deal. It happens. All right. that's what it looks like. That's Byzanclean. If you need assistance with an order or a product question, please contact customer service at orders@TheRingLord.com. If you have a question about a tutorial or need help with a weave, please email projecthelp@TheRingLord.com. I hope this video has been useful, and I hope you have a great day.